So it's Monday morning, and today I wanted to talk about my anxiousness. So basically, anybody who actually follows the videos knows that I'm in this fucking study where I don't get any medical care, and I've been left for dead. I've been told that I've killed a whole bunch of babies when that's simply not true. I have went in for a whole bunch of abortions because I didn't want my babies to be burned in a fire by Darcy Geisler. There's a lot. I mean, I phone the cops and they take pictures. And then I go to doctors telling them I'm drugged and I'm raped, and they tell me I'm delusional. They tell me it's impossible that I'm pregnant, and then they send me for abortions, which I show up for because I know the reality of my situation. I know that when I go into doctors, they tell me I'm delusional. I know I am living a life where I'm getting beaten and drugged and raped and, sterilized over and over and over again, but it's not sticking, and the IUDs that get ripped out during the rapes, and I did that for 7 years. And after 7 years, 23 pregnancies, a dozen abortions, and I'm told today that I've never had a child. You see, I'm treated like I'm some sort of baby killer, but told I never had any children. I get spat on at doctors. I get treated like shit because the words on the screen, because of 5 doctors put me in this fucking study, and heaven forbid anybody ever believed me. So I left this man 5 years ago, and for the last 5 years, I've been fighting to work, to move on with my life, to build relationships, to build myself a home, to build myself some self-esteem, to get just the sense of me back. Because I was stolen and given to a study, basically how it feels. And it doesn't matter what doctor I go to, nobody's gonna help me because of the words on the screen. Everywhere I go, it's always the same thing. And it's been the same thing for fucking 5 years. So it's been beaten in my mind so hard that I will never get help. I will be left for dead. I mean, I'm dying of a parasite infection I got eating baby bones out of dog shit after my dog ate my baby bones out of a fire that Darcy threw my baby in. So when I say my life's a little fucking complicated, I mean it. I mean, I started this channel so I could freely talk because I have so much inside of me. So much that I've held silent over the years. And it's gotten to the point where I'm ready for my channel to blow up. I need it to blow up because when I release the 5 doctors' names, I want 130,000 people at least to pick up the phone and ask why. Why would you do this to this person? And not only that, I'm part of a study. So what they learned from me, the behaviors that they did, the abortions, they do that to the girls in the hospital. They tell them that they have a cancer screen, and they go and give them abortions and sterilize these girls without them even knowing. And I've been in the hospital before, and I've seen the girls that go. And there was one girl there that knew she was pregnant, knew the doctor was lying to her, and still showed up. And I talked to her about it, and she explained to me that if she's living with her mother who's doing a whole bunch of coke, like her mother taught her when she was 9 to use condoms to pick up crack off the floor that's fallen. Well, the crack stays behind apparently, just all the debris picks up. And she's telling me this story, and I'm just like, so she's making the right choice for herself. But the thing is, after you're so far along and you get an abortion, you have to pay for the funeral. She's living at her mom's house, and she's trying to fucking start off, and she doesn't have enough money to go pay rent somewhere to get away from the violence. Never mind pay for a funeral. And then there's this other girl who went in for an abortion, came back out, and I saw her a couple months after I got out of the hospital in a back alley shooting up. And it's very difficult. it's a difficult thing to see that because they studied me and my violence, that this is what they've resorted to. One of the nurses that adopted one of my babies from one of the hospitals after I had a miscarriage, she's totally afraid of me because she believes lies, and it's so frustrating. If she only knew the truth of how that child was born. I mean, I went into labor in a hospital and was completely ignored. I thought the baby was already dead. I mean, I got there because Darcy overdosed me. A nurse earlier that day had told me I deserved to go to a funeral. Like, why would she say something like that? Because my baby was dead. To have a miscarriage and then find out my baby's alive. I don't know. So I've lived this horrible fucking life, and I've been drugged, and then I get PTSD, and then I relive it, and I just want out of that cycle. I just want to be the true person I can be and know I can be, and if I have to go across a border, then I'm gonna cross that fucking border. And when I get my mind set on something, I'm usually pretty good at following through. So share this video. Let's get this YouTube page active and get as many followers as I can before the truth unveils. And their do not impede can't work because it's the general population. It's not the cops. The cops that don't show up to my calls, that just show up with cameras. I cannot wait to cross that border and find out if I get to live or if I'm going to die in this study.